Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 153 of my wrestling recap show, and we are doing a pay-per-view review today, and it's a double dipper. We got WWE's Bash in Berlin and NXT's No Mercy, a double pay-per-view weekend. And welcome to the Wrestling Recap Show, where I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows. And when there's a pay-per-view review, that's what we're doing right now. I don't even know what I'm doing with myself. Well, let's just dive into it then. Screw it. We're doing WWE's Bash in Berlin, and that is taking place in Berlin, Germany. Shocking stuff right here. But this is the first pay-per-view they said they've had in Germany in well over 20 years, almost 30 years. And they're kicking it off in fashion, surprisingly, with the undisputed WWE Championship match. It's Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens. Crowd in a frenzy at the opening bell. Kevin and Cody just taking in the insane atmosphere, and they shake hands. Very nice. Kevin, early stunner attempt is no good. Cody knocked off the apron, crashes into the barricade. Kevin mean frog splash onto the floor. Rhodes disaster kick connects but tweaks his leg. Oh no. Cody cutter misses. Second attempt works. We get a near fall there. Kevin, nasty neck breaker and a Green Bay plunge. Shout out to Mr. Kennedy. Thumbs up for that. Crossroads out of nowhere. Kevin kicks out. Kevin, nice counter. Top rope fisherman buster. Damn. Cody, too many springboards. He blows out his knee. Oh, jeez. Owens doesn't want to take advantage of his friend. Kevin, no. Champion hits two crossroads. The third is countered into a Kevin Owens stunner. Cody kicks out. Owens' swanton bomb is countered. Rhodes hits a fourth crossroads to put away Kevin and retain. I mean, a really good way to open up the show. Crowd was insane throughout, cheering for Cody and Kevin. Lots of love for both men. Really enjoyed the story that they were building throughout this match. Kevin not having that killer instinct and ended up costing him the matchup. Probably see that story build out throughout. Rhodes had a weakness that was not exploited. I mean, his leg was fucked up, his knee blew out, and Kevin just wouldn't attack it. Some close near falls that really popped the crowd. Good performances from Kevin and Cody in the ring. Really good storyline match right here. Like, the wrestling itself was standard stuff, but a really nice story. 7.5 out of 10. We move now to the Women's Tag Team Championship match. It is the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn defending against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Alba, nice dive, wipes out Bianca onto the outside. Jade finally gets the hot tag, just wrecking the champions. Crowd's loving it. Bianca hit with a sick double team move. Jade has to come in and make the save. Jade and Bianca double military press slam. Jade slams Belair onto Fire. Isla misses the swanton, slams onto her partner's knees. Ouch. Jade and Bianca codebreaker, German suplex pins. And new Women's Tag Team Champions. It is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill winning it for the second time together. I mean, might as well just bury this sad run as champions for Dawn and Fire. I mean, honestly, not their faults at all. They barely had a chance. And every time they were on TV, they just got their asses kicked. Never really got all that competitive in their matches. Generally, there's a triple threat, and they were barely involved in it, and when they did, they were just getting their asses kicked, and then they get a sneaky win at the end. I mean, I feel really bad for Dawn and Fire. They deserve a lot better than what they were displayed as. Like, a transitional champion back to the champions that they already had. I don't really, the whole reason for Dawn and Fire to have this championship run was for them to have a nice moment in their home country when they won the championships, but, man, if you were going to treat them this badly throughout their title run, I mean, fuck, you might as well just kept it on Bianca and Jade and kept them looking really strong. But yeah, that run as tag team champions for the Unholy Union was shitty. I feel bad for them. Dawn and Fire. Match was standard tag team stuff. Bianca took all the bumps for her team. Jade hot tag was fine. A few slip-ups. Not the smoothest match overall. Some cool tag team moves, but overall pretty meh. 5 out of 10. We move now to the strap match. It is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. So this is more of a traditional strap match where you are strapped together and you have to hit the 4 corners uninterrupted. You hit the 4 corners, you win. And yeah, if there's any form of stopping your forward momentum, the corners get reset. And they added in a fancy set of lights. Usually it's just referee's discretion. Now they put like these big lights in the corner. And they were not working great. I don't know. We may not see those ever again. Let's get into it. Drew whips Punk with the strap before the bell the match even begins. So smart. Drew playing with his food. He gets caught with a GTS out of nowhere. Punk, instead of touching the corners, decides to whip Drew McIntyre because he's dumb. Punk slams Drew on the announce table. McIntyre clocks Punk right in the face with the strap, and Punk's reaction is like, "Oh, you son of a bitch, how dare you." Punk is bleeding his own blood a little bit. Punk sets up a table, then runs right into a Claymore out of nowhere. Drew gets the 3 corners. Punk pulls the strap, sending Drew into a chair. Very interesting. McIntyre feathery drops Punk out of the ring through a table. Not the best. Drew hits 3 corners, Punk sneakily hitting the corners also. They both fight over the 4th one, resetting the lights. Drew tapping out to a sharpshooter, but it doesn't matter, there's no submissions. Drew rallies back using Punk's bracelet, hits another Claymore. Punk answers with 4 GTSs, 1 for each corner. Punk takes back his bracelet, hits the 4th and final corner, and defeats Drew McIntyre. I mean, obviously, I am devastated that Drew lost, but a good effort. Nice amount of physicality with the strap. Got a little bit of blood, but I was definitely looking for more blood. I'm sick in the head. I like a lot of blood. Lots of finishers throughout. I mean, 5 GTSs, probably a little bit overkill, but, I had to hit fucking 4 for each corner. Punk sneakily hitting the corners while he was on Drew's back. I like that. That was really clever, a lot of fun. Punk finally retrieves his bracelet back. Feels like an ending for the rivalry, but man, I'm feeling there is still some fuel left in this tank. I'm down with them continuing the rivalry. I mean, it's just a 50-cent piece of plastic, so, I mean, Drew will probably just be like, it doesn't matter, I'll still fuck with you. It was a good fight, 7 out of 10. We move to the mixed tag team match now. It's Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Priest giving Dom the business. Crowd is demanding Rhea Ripley. Ripley happily throwing Liv all over the ring, having a blast. Liv being a pest to Priest, allowing Dom to stay in control. Ripley finally gets her hands and her legs around Dom. Crowd is going insane. Thumbs up. Liv cool spinning slam to Mommy. Ripley kicks Liv right in the head. How you doing? Terror Twins nail the razor edges together, and then Carlito and McDonough arrive as distractions. Liv sunset powerbombs Mommy into the barricade. That looked painful. Balor cheap shot to Priest. Dom 619 frog splash combo. Priest is able to kick out of that. McDonough sent flying over the announce table. Dom turned inside out on the table by Damian's lariat. That was awesome and hilarious. Thumbs up. Liv is all alone now, getting stalked by Ripley, who nails a riptide. Rhea pins, and the Terror Twins win. Really entertaining tag team match right here. Crowd was going crazy for this one. Loving Mommy getting her hands on Dom finally. Twins fought off all the Judgment Day shenanigans, looking really strong. Dom and Liv were awesome as well. Lots of funny bumps, entertaining. Yeah, a few stiff bumps in there as well. Yeah, this was a really fun match. A bit better than I expected. 7.5 out of 10. We go now. It's what? Main event time? Main event time. It is the World Heavyweight Championship match. It is Gunther defending against Randy Orton. I will admit, not as crazy of a reception for Gunther as I hoped for when he initially came out. It was good, not great. I feel like Kaiser got a better reception. He's like actually from Germany. Gunther's from Austria, so I don't know. Anyway, Kaiser's introduces the champion. Match begins, and then the crowd starts to go crazy, getting a round of applause. The crowd goes nuts. It impresses Randy Orton so much he gives the crowd a round of applause. So that's good. Randy's loving it. Gunther and Randy taking in the atmosphere. Orton is just blown away as the crowd is doing the wave. Orton starts doing the wave. That was sensational. Thumbs up. Orton slams Gunther on the table a whole bunch of times. Randy targets the arm of Gunther, which has a nice bruise on it. Gunther avoids an RKO, hits a German, focusing on Orton's neck. Gunther waterboy dropkick and a top rope splash gets a near fall. Gunther hits a powerbomb. Orton again kicks out. Gunther sets up for another powerbomb. Orton counters with an RKO out of nowhere, but Gunther kicks out. Orton getting desperate slams Gunther onto the steel steps, and then Orton using the steps to deliver a super backplex through the announce table, hits the crowd with the pose. I mean, goddamn, Randy, you're so awesome. Thumbs up. Randy, too much time wasted though. RKO countered into a Gunther sleeper hold. Randy escapes, but only for a moment. Gunther bashing in Orton's head with elbows, locks the sleeper in again real tight. Orton passes out and Gunther retains. Whew. Absolute battle of a main event match. The classic Orton. Methodical pace, not usually my thing, but it actually worked out great with Gunther. I really enjoyed the more old school wrestling pace and match to this. This was fun. Pace wasn't always slow. It did ramp up for some great moments. The stairs and table spot, that was awesome. Physicality was on point. The Gunther chops, oh, fuck yeah. Solid story, Gunther's bad arm versus Randy's neck, kind of classic stuff. Crowd having a lot of fun. Early got more focused on once the match got into gear. At the beginning they were being goofy, doing the wave and shit like that, but they focused in on the match. No shenanigans. I'm shocked. I mean, a clean finish with Orton and Gunther shaking hands at the end of it all. Wow. 8 out of 10. That's a banger. And that's the end of Bash in Berlin. I mean, great to finally have a pay-per-view in Germany for the first time ever. Crowd delivered lots of energy. Great work from the crowd in Berlin. Thumbs up for y'all. Felt kind of like a transitional pay-per-view, if you will. Cody and Kevin feels like only the beginning of something much, much bigger. Women's tag title was painfully obvious that Fire and Dawn were losing. Match wasn't really pay-per-view quality, just felt like a standard, weekly matchup. Strap match, honestly, was a little bit of a letdown for me. Probably because I'm salty that Drew McIntyre didn't win, but overall it was good, but I was expecting it to be a little bit crazier. Punk and Drew, doesn't feel like that one's done yet either. I can see them continuing onward. I don't think Drew's going to let it go. Mixed tag was a lot of fun, probably the surprise of the night, and the main event was a banger to end the show on a high note. Good show, not great, not bad, 7 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of the show. Did you like it more than a 7 out of 10? Did you think it was more of an 8 out of 10? Less than 7 out of 10? Let me know. And what was your favorite matches in the match that you didn't like the most? I mean, I think Randy versus Gunther would be my favorite match of the night. Least favorite would probably be the Dawn and Fire thing, just because I feel really bad for Dawn and Fire, and it was just so painfully obvious. That match was pretty weak, but hit me up. Let me know what your favorite matches are, and let's slide over now to NXT. They are doing No Mercy, and they're traveling. They're in Denver, Colorado. Always love when NXT goes on the road. They get to, I love the Florida crowd, obviously, but it's nice to get a different feel, a different atmosphere for the NXT people. And sometimes it helps out with to see what other crowds are thinking with certain stars. Sometimes crowds are responding completely differently than how the NXT crowd is on a weekly basis. So let's dive into it. Denver, Colorado. We kick off No Mercy with the NXT Tag Team Championship match. It's Ridge Holland and Mr. Chase with Chase U defending against Axiom, Nathan Frazier. I felt like Axiom was their cool tag team name, like, a stable name, but no, it's just Axiom and Nathan Frazier. The rematch. So, Frazier, super kick party, standing shooting star press, gets a near fall. We're already getting crazy. Frazier and Axiom, more double team offense on Ridge. Mr. Chase with an avalanche Spanish fly into a sit-out powerbomb. Holy shit, bro. Where the hell did that come from? Thumbs up. Frazier nails a 450 splash on Chase, gets a near fall. Chase U wrecks Nathan with a doomsday device plus a combo slam. Like, oh, get fucked, Nathan. Axiom makes the last second save there. Frazier and Axiom hit the golden ratio, but Chase kicks out. Axiom accidentally knocks out Frazier with a kick, and Frazier is knocked out. He is just laying there for like 30 seconds, can't do anything. Chase U powerbomb backstabber combo. Axiom somehow kicks out. Axiom super Spanish fly. Frazier Phoenix splash pins. And new NXT Tag Team Champions, it's Frazier and Axiom picking up the titles again. Excuse me. Another very good match between these two teams. Wow. Awesome tag team combos, crazy near falls, ridiculous pace, so faced. 7.5 out of 10. And Chase U absolutely devastated after the defeat. And it's Ridge Holland blindsiding Chase U. Oh, no, you didn't. Holland destroys Chase U as Thea Hale is having a meltdown in the corner. Ridge slams Chase on the announce table, hurting himself more, I would say, anyway. Regardless, Mr. Chase is stretchered out of the arena. What the fuck? I hate you, Ridge Holland. I hate you. How could you? But damn, I must say, they got me pretty good on that one right there. I did not see that one coming with Ridge Holland already turning on Chase U and them losing the championships that fast. I did not see that one coming either. Honestly, I was expecting maybe Duke to do something. Maybe he would be the one that turns, because it kind of looked like he was building up some jealousy and animosity towards Ridge. But bam, Ridge is the one that does it. So I don't know if I like that or not, because it really did look like they finally solidified Ridge into a good spot. And then bam, just as everything seems good and solid, they switch them back. So interesting move, very interesting move. We'll see how that one plays out. I mean, Thea Hale absolutely having a meltdown and like all throughout it, and Ridge just staring at her like, whatever, man, like fuck you. I mean, whew, that was pretty wild. That was a lot of fun. Damn. Let's move on to Wes Lee versus Zachary Wentz in a grudge match. Fast counters and chain wrestling showing off Wes and Zach's chemistry. Wentz connects with a stiff knee. Zach really cool Meteora into a Boston Crab. Wes explodes with a mini Phoenix splash, nails the cardiac kick, but Wentz kicks out. Zach with a awesome DDT-like move. I don't even know what that was. And then Wes just pops right back up, hits a Meteora. Wentz avoids a knee. Lee crashes into the steps. Zach shoved into the announce table, and it just collapses. And Wes is like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to go to the top rope and stomp your ass onto the floor. I mean, that shit looked nasty. And then Wes grabs a chair. Trey Miguel appears to stop Wes using that chair. Wentz nasty destroyer to Wes onto the floor. I mean, oh, that looked nasty. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Zach awesome UFO cutter pins Wes Lee for a massive W. Holy shit. Wentz and Miguel, big emotional celebration. Awesome. I mean, awesome right here. That Wentz from TNA, and he just won the X Division Championship as well on Friday, and he picks up a huge win for TNA on a WWE/NXT pay-per-view. That I did not see coming. I would, 5 years ago, this would never, ever happen. This is insane for me. Smooth wrestling. Wentz hitting some really unique moves. Whatever that DDT was, that looks so freaking cool and dangerous, but damn. Incredible selling, especially Wes. That dude is ridiculous. No, I feel like a no DQ would have made a grudge match hit a little bit better, but I'm expecting, kind of hoping that there will be a rematch, and then we can get down to the gritty stuff, the no DQ, maybe a steel cage, something like that. This definitely doesn't feel over, but damn, man, Wentz with a big win right there for TNA. I like that. We move now to the Women's North American Championship match. It's Kalani Jordan defending against Wendy Choo. Lonnie, nice twisty dive, hard landing right there for her. Wendy, neat sleepy slam, I like that. Kalani face buster starts stomping in Wendy's head, looking really fucking aggressive, looks nasty. Jordan frog splash, Wendy still coming back for more. Choo nasty powerbomb hits a full Nelson slam. Oh, hell yeah, I love that move. Near fall there, Wendy slips up on the ropes. Kalani comes crashing down, so, a slip up there, but they made it look good. I thought it looked natural. Good cover up right there. Wendy choke locked in. Lonnie almost passes out, somehow rallies back. Kalani hits a flatliner 450 splash combo plus the split-legged moonsault, and that's finally enough to put away Wendy Choo to retain. Very impressive performance from the champion. Pulled out everything. She got stiff, pulled out her awesome athleticism as always, and then Wendy, crazy durability on display. Really like that. Some unique offense as always. That sleepy elbow drop. I love that shit. 7 out of 10. Good fight. We move now to the Men's North American Championship match. Obafemi defending against Tony D'Angelo with the family. Tony managing to take Oba down early, and the Don twists his ankle. Oh no. Oba with a nasty shoulder breaker, one of the most underrated moves ever. The family cheering on the Don, and it helps. Tony plants Oba with an apron DDT and hurls Femi across the ring. I don't know if anyone's been able to do that yet. Tony goes on a suplex spree. Oba kicks out of that. Femi attacks the family. Don ain't having that shit. He spears Oba, Femi, and another near fall. Oba sheer drop slam. Tony counters a powerbomb and then runs right into an Oba pop-up powerbomb. Tony kicks out. Femi is shocked. Oba needing 2 more powerbombs to defeat D'Angelo and retain. Whew. Heck of a performance right there from the Don. Impressive strength. I mean, throwing around Oba Femi, that was awesome. Took a lot of damage as well from Oba, but kept coming back for more. Very impressive. Femi gets better each match, bro. Another strong performance from Oba. Very good Big Hoss matchup. I mean, it wasn't billed as a Big Hoss matchup. Tony is big, but not like big, but kind of went down like a Big Hoss fight. Lots of big power moves, and yeah, I like that. 7.5 out of 10. Backstage, Trick Williams is laying down some ground rules for Ethan Page. Ethan, not receptive to this, claims Trick is only after the NXT Championship. We'll see about that. But first, it's the NXT Women's Championship match. Roxanne Perez defends against Jada Pinkett. Jada playing some mind games. Roxanne responds with a hell of a bitch slap. My goodness. Parker catches Roxanne. Yeah, she catches her. Perez escapes, kicks Parker's ribs into the steps. Now Parker's ribs are all fucked up. Roxanne focused on Jada's core, stomping it in. Perez disrespecting Parker with taunts. Jada fires up, hits a big power bomb and a spine buster, gets a near fall. Perez trapped in the corner, nailed by a top rope Parker butt bomb thingy. That was cool. Parker's ribs are slowing her down. Perez roll up transitions into a crossface. Parker powers her way out of that. Parker nails the running hip check, sending Roxanne to the outside. Jada misses a second hip check, crashes hard through the barricade. Owie. Thumbs up for that. That was sick. Roxanne pop rocks onto the barricade, which is nice and padded, looks nice and lovely. Parker barely makes it back into the ring. Perez immediately hits Jada with another pop rocks to retain the title. Well done here from Jada. A breakout performance, I would say. She was great. Showed off her strength. Nice competitive match against Roxanne. Shows that she belongs, I would say. Roxanne, great selling. Smart wrestling, taking advantage wherever possible. Good shit. 7.5 out of 10. And then the lights go out. It is Julia, apparently a long speculated free agent, making her debut, according to the commentary. Julia is face-to-face with Roxanne. The crowd is very buzzed. Julia, I will say, I don't know anything about Julia, so I did a little bit of research. And so Julia made her name, or she's been making her name in Stardom in New Japan. And she's going straight after Roxanne Perez, which is very interesting. So obviously she's very talented, and she must be, because Julia was ranked number 2 in the world in female wrestlers in 2023. So that has me very, very excited, and now I can see what the hype is. Again, I have not seen Julia in the ring yet. She looks really cool, and I am very excited to see what she can bring in the ring. Can't wait. And now it is main event time. NXT Championship match. Ethan Page defends against Joe Hendry with special guest referee Trick Williams. I have to shout out Alicia Taylor's hair. She looks like a fucking Super Saiyan, bro. Her hair is out of control. Thumbs up. Into the match now. Ethan immediately arguing with Trick. Hendry walks all 4 corners and slams Page with a nice power display. Page brainbuster gets a near fall and starts arguing with Trick again. Ethan, nice avalanche power slam. Hendry kicks out. Joe with his own avalanche thing, but it's a fall-away slam, and then the high jump dive connects as well. Really awesome. Page power bombs Hendry onto the apron. Almost a count-out win there for Ethan. Hendry hits the champion with his own ego's edge. We get a near fall. Hendry fires up the crowd. Crowd is going bananas right here. Joe chokeslam connects, but Page's foot is under the ropes. Aw, damn it. Trick taken out by Page. Ethan plants Hendry on the championship with a DDT. New referee sees it, makes the count anyway, but Trick stops the 3 count, not wanting to have a tainted finish. Trick, though, misses Ethan's low blow to Joe. Ego's edge. Trick reluctantly counts the 3, and Ethan Page retains. Oh, very eventful main event match. I mean, the shenanigans, there was a lot of them, but it was pretty well done. Not sure about that DDT on the championship. They said that's legal, like you're allowed to do that. You could just plant someone with a DDT onto a championship. I don't know about that one, but all right. Trick pretty good as the referee, mostly unbiased, and he added some story to the matchup. Joe and Ethan, good performances. Page, really smart heel work. I enjoyed that. Hendry, great crowd work, of course. I mean, the crowd just loves him. Entertaining, competitive main event match. 7.5 out of 10. And then Pete Dunne attacks Trick after the matchup, hits a bitter end, and Dunne just really, really doesn't like Trick Williams. So I guess they're going to have to fight about it at some point. And that's the end of the show. Always enjoy, like I said, when NXT goes on the road, wrestling in front of a different crowd. Denver, they weren't insane, but they were a solid crowd, brought some energy. Very consistent wrestling throughout. All the matches were really good. Pretty much every match was 7.5 out of 10. Really good, but none of them really blew my socks off. No real bangers, nothing crazy. Show had good opportunity on here for different superstars, like Jada Parker getting a nice breakout performance. Looks like a real title contender now, so that's great. Zachary Wentz scoring a big win for TNA. That was awesome. And my favorite match of the night was Wes versus Zach. That was awesome. Couple of surprises. Chase U falling apart already and losing the titles. Holland turning on them. That caught me off guard. Julia makes her first appearance. I'm very excited to see what she can do in the ring. And very curious what's next for Joe Hendry. I'm hoping the chase for the NXT Championship will continue. I don't know what's happening, contract-wise. Is this guy actually under NXT? Is he with TNA still? What's going on there? Regardless, at some point, we're going to get Joe Hendry as the champion. Overall, it was a good show, man. A really good, consistent show. Like I said, didn't necessarily feel yes, there's a lot of championship matches, but it didn't hit that next gear. I'm going to hit it with a 7 out of 10 as well. 2 really good pay-per-views for WWE this weekend. Which one did you prefer more? I think just because of the crowd in Berlin, that atmosphere was a lot more wild and crazy. That European fucking, my God, they always go crazy. So me, preferably, I liked Bash in Berlin. It was a little bit more crazy, but both were really good. Let me know what your favorite pay-per-view was, what your favorite match was, and what your least favorite match was. I don't really remember what my least favorite match was. Of the weekend, it would have been the women's tag team championship match. That was just, yeah, the Wesley and Zachary Wentz was a lot of fun. I especially like the fact that TNA gets a win on WWE pay-per-view. That's a lot of fun. You would never see that as recently as like 2-3 years ago. You would probably never see something like that. So yeah, really cool right there, and a fun weekend of wrestling. I hope y'all enjoyed the wrestling, and thank you so much for listening to this podcast. In terms of what else we got going on with the podcast right now, just did a review of Bayonetta. Next week for the GamerCast, there's going to be a Star Wars game I'm going to review, so be on the lookout for that one. HockeyCast is going to be a very grim one with a nasty situation happened this week in the hockey world, so we'll be discussing that this week, probably on Wednesday, looking for that one. And my goodness, y'all, gonna be busy with we have another fucking pay-per-view coming out not long. I think next weekend they got AEW's All Out. Like, you guys just had All In, and then 10 days later you're gonna have another major pay-per-view. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking over there at AEW, but I need some. So yeah, there's going to be more pay-per-views incoming for this podcast, so we're going to be busy, as always, with the GX Plus cast. I upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos. You can go over there and subscribe. Great place to drop a comment on those videos. You want a question answered live on the podcast, get your name shouted out, drop a comment on the YouTube. There's a Twitter page you can go and follow along with where I put up announcements as best as I can. And there's an email address if you want to have a private conversation. My door is open for everyone and anyone. And yeah, there we go, baby. Another 2 pay-per-views down. Some good weekends right here. Nice long weekend filled with wrestling. Hopefully everyone had a great long weekend. And we shall be back with some more GX Plus Cast.